Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
What's up? Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Yeah.
You're the best.
Your fake crowd noise is amazing.
Oh, we love your body.
The crowd can't say we love your body.
Why?
Oh, like in synchronicity? It wouldn't work.
All right. I was a random guy going, I love your body.
You just sound like
He's a
creepy
random guy, yeah.
You sound like a creepy guy whispering, we love your body.
It didn't sound like a crowd effect. I love doing sound effects with my voice, even though I'm not good at them. They're fun to do.
Oh, it's big
Yeah.
fun.
Like, doing a crowd, just like we did. Kevin, we love your body.
Oh, I got a few emails here today. Says from Greg in the 772.
It's the Pizzle, Virginia.
I know the Piz.
It just could be the Treasure Coast. You don't know.
That's the
Yes.
Treasure Coast as well, Virginia.
It could be the fort.
Oh, yeah, I guess it could be the fort. Shit,
Yeah.
772 is big.
It is Treasure Coast, whole thing, baby.
Vero.
Could just be Stewart. Thanks to a lovely woman that called and told the KVJ Nation how to find anyone's address. Yes, the truepeople.com or whatever it was, the site works well. I might be getting that mixed up with the dispensary in Vero, True Leave. However, now we all know Jaybird's address. Bingo, one of your craft beer bars around. This place is amazing. Vine and Barley in St. Lucie West has bingo on every Tuesday night. You buy a car for $2 or 3 for $5. Total pot is awarded to the winner in the form of a V&B gift card. Could split it between a Due South gift card and Little Smiles. Love you, motherfucker.
I know the one you were talking about, North Palm. I think their purse can go up to $250 for the winnings.
Nice.
That's what I thought they had on there.
I like it when you play for cash. That's just me.
The other place that a lot of people would win, I was going to the Moose Lounge for a while, or Lodge.
Moose Lodge.
The Moose Lodge, and I gotta tell you, man, they had so many games where you could win money. Klepto from the snack pack won so much fucking cash.
Is he a moose?
Yeah, I think he is or was a moose. I know we were all on a trial basis for a while.
Okay.
I had an application that I'd never turned in. I think they wanted me.
Well, yeah, they're looking for young blood. All the mooses
Right.
are like 80.
Yeah. Me and my boy, remember China?
Yeah.
Me and China went in there and we played beer pong with these two 75-year-old fuckers.
Really?
And
They were getting it at beer pong?
they kicked the shit out of us.
Really?
These
They're
guys
good, huh?
were phenomenal. They were 75 years old and just sinking and drinking.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It was a great time.
That's the kind of thing you want to put on your Instagram.
Uh,
Getting your ass kicked by old guys at beer pong.
Yeah, Kev, you would like it.
Yeah.
You would have liked the Moose Lodge. They
Yeah.
still got it going. Let's see if we can
Sounds like my kind of crowd.
get a couple applications in there.
The price is right for drinks. Like they were $2 a piece or something. Like $2 or
Oh,
$3.
that's fantastic.
Like,
It was 10 for one night, I think, the night I went.
10 for 1. Yeah, I think that's kind of it with your membership. Yeah, you get really cheap beer. It's pretty awesome. We got here from Jason, said, Dear Texarado Longhand,
oh, that's a great nickname. I forget about that one.
my fiance is planning our wedding and she wants me to choose between tulips and ferns. What should I pick?
Definitely go ferns.
Okay.
Always go ferns.
A fern bouquet might be awesome.
I love a fucking fern. Isn't that the human of the plant? That's the human plant, I thought. I thought that was, they always say the dolphin's like the human of the sea. I thought the fern was the human of the plant world.
Really? I never heard that.
Don't mean it's not real.
Fern? Let me look that up.
Well, I can do it after the podcast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it says, no, ferns are not the human plant world.
The humans. All right, well.
Yeah, there's nothing about ferns being the humans.
A lot of emails about Virginia's annoying words. One here says, it's funny how you start to say a word wrong because it's stupid and humorous to you and you alone, but then realize you can't stop. My mother's mother was cuckoo and would knowingly say words because she liked her version of the word better.
That's what I'm doing.
It's moisturella instead of mozzarella. She thought it was great and annoyed the heck out of me.
Aw. Well, let us have some fun.
Yeah, there you go.
I think it's kind of awesome when you do boogler because I know it does piss people off. There is something sometimes about trolling that is kind of funny. I'm sorry.
This one says, from Engineer Keith, my wife is a speech therapist. Technically, all the things we're complaining about are dialectal. Dialects are supposed to be fixed through speech therapy, i.e. if someone says, I've been scruggling with my scrimps, a speech therapist shouldn't fix that. But if they said, I've been scruggling with my scrimps, trying to write a text version of a lisp, a speech therapist would help them to correct the lisp.
Well, so that's what they put me in when I was in second grade, I think, second or third. They said, yeah, your son's got to go into speech because you can hear it sometimes when I'm talking, especially if I'm drinking. My SHs and CHs are very and
I like a lisp.
They made me go, and I told my mom, I go, I don't want to go into this thing anymore. First of all, the lady scares me. She reminded me of a werewolf. That was the first thing.
Right.
And I mean, that's really all I had to say. And I was out.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lisp is adorable.
They can be cute.
I think it's precious. If one of my kids had a lisp, I would not take them to the speech therapist.
Let them lisp it up, huh?
Yeah, I would just let them be them glorious selves.
So that being said, it could be worked on through accent reduction.
The speech woman, she would always freak me out. Jason, do me a favor, say, go fish, go. And she'd get real close to my face. I'm like, get the fuck away from me, lady. Get the fuck away from my face.
Vanessa said, hey, you guys had me in a giggle fit during the drive home from work today talking about Virginia's mispronunciations. But Kevin, you have a few too. But one that is super annoying too is when you say mature. Cringe.
Why? How do you say mature? You say mature?
I don't know. Do I say mature?
You do say
yes,
you
you
do.
say
Maybe that's what she
mature.
meant. Yeah.
That's what it is. Yep.
Kate said, I know it's not a mispronunciation, but when Kevin's gone, she says, when the cat's away, the mice will play all the time. I listen to you every day from Seattle, and I love Virginia, but it's made me turn the podcast off multiple times.
Really? That's such a bizarre thing to make you turn off a podcast. Because you don't say, you might say it 4 times in a show.
4 times in a show.
Not that
Now
many.
I'm going to say it 40.
That's not that many times. I'm defending you on that.
It's the essence of what we do, though, when Kevin is gone, because, like, the teacher's not in the classroom. All the students act up.
Well,
that's not as fun to say.
And people, if you listen to the show a lot, in big segments, a lot of people don't listen to it, so you're just resetting what's going on.
Right.
I got your back, dog.
Thank you.
Jay-Bird defending.
Yeah.
It don't happen too often.
Talking about the daughter that got the job at the restaurant. Wasn't sure if it was Twin Peaks or Tilted Killed.
Or Hooters, not hookers. Hooters.
Hookers is a whole different
Hookers
one.
is different.
It's
Oh my
packed
gosh.
every single night.
Yeah.
We should open up hookers.
Hookers. That's,
People want it. There's a growing community that want brothels in South Florida.
I know.
it'd probably do very well.
Well, I would never go to a brothel, but
No.
I always thought that if 2 people wanted to say, yeah, you can fuck me for $50, sure, I'm cool, you're cool. I don't give a shit. What do I care?
And once you make it legal, then you take a lot of the crime and the drugs. And
Yeah.
those girls, because I watched the whole thing, the whole expose on the Bunny Ranch, fascinated.
Like something like that. Why would I give a shit if that's going on, if everything's on the up and up and consensual?
They get tested every week. All the girls are clean. You don't
Well.
have to worry about, like...
I mean, you're never going to be able to 100%. I think anytime you have sex, you go in there knowing there's a small chance, even when they say they're all clean,
Sure.
that something could go wrong.
But you got the same chance out in the club.
Agreed.
Yeah, because the thing is, you get tested, and let's say that night you go out and have sex with a dirty dick. The next day you're coming in with
Dirty dick on you.
Yeah, and then
Right.
keep in mind some diseases stay dormant for years, and then all. I mean, you could be with somebody, and 2 years later it comes out. I mean, you don't know.
Those brothel girls, though, get tested a lot more than any regular girl I've ever met. So
I think they have to.
They have to. It's a requirement. At
Still,
least
yeah.
in Dennis's Bunny Ranch, the whole expose was on that place and how he runs it. And
Like I said, though, you test her at 5 p.m. and
You are completely right.
8 p.m.
dirty dick, here he comes.
Yeah. Then here I come next day.
Even with a condom,
Yeah.
dirty dick can prevail.
Yeah. I'm playing that game. That's crazy.
Yeah. But again, if you want to do that and you're an adult, I don't.
Yeah.
I've never seen that in gambling.
Well, they had that story about that one chick, and I was
I'm trying
fascinated.
to turn up to Vegas in here. Sorry.
That one chick, she only does like the hooking at the Bunny Ranch like twice a month. But when she does it, she does something called the girlfriend experience. And so the guy literally flies into town. They have this little it's like a suite.
Is this Army Amy?
I think it is Army Amy.
Okay.
But she only does it twice a month, and it costs like $5,000 or something, or $10,000. I don't know what it was,
It's
but it was a lot.
She gets paid.
It was a big number, and then all weekend long, all she does is just shower you with the girlfriend experience and tell you everything you want to hear
Lie
and
to you.
listen to everything you want to say and laugh at your jokes. And you guys eat together. You spend every waking minute of that weekend together. And then you leave, you get on a plane,
Yeah.
and she goes about her life. And she only has to do that twice a month and makes $20,000 or something crazy a month.
Wow. But then sex is involved and all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
she's taking it
There's
everywhere.
blowing.
You pick a hole, he's putting it there.
Definitely fingering.
Absolutely.
Really?
Definitely butthole play.
Anal, canal, you name it.
BHP. Butthole play.
If a guy is freaky and he pays $10,000, he better be able to do whatever he wants.
There was one of those. I don't know if you've ever seen it on HBO. That Real Sex. It's too,
I know of it, yeah.
It's
I've never
too
really
real.
watched it.
You think it's sexy, but it's 65-year-old gross pot-belly guys fucking, and it's like, ugh. But they keep it real. And this one guy, they were
disgusting.
They were doing like a swinging thing where guys were gonna swap off with other women and vice versa. And the one guy had his wife there, and she ends up getting fucked by some other guy with his girl, and they're all loving it. And the one guy, no one wanted to have sex with him.
Aww.
So a
Oh my
fuck
gosh.
fest going on. He's on the bed, rubbing his wife's back, like patting on the back, like, oh, good job, honey. And then he just starts jerking off by himself.
Ah,
Oh, Jaybird, you just broke my
I
heart.
know. Imagine if you were that guy.
golly.
That sucks for him.
Isn't that a rough one?
That's that's
Everybody's
crushing.
doing your girl, and you just have to lay there and watch.
That's that real sex. It gets a little too real.
No thanks. Anyway, he goes on to say here about that situation with a 17-year-old girl working at that restaurant. One, it's illegal to sell alcohol under the age of 18. That's breaking the law. And two, lying on application is illegal. The parents will be completely liable.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, I done gone screwed up. Sounds like a problem.
There's some places that definitely hire people without all the proper. Oh, you're 18? Yeah, come on in. Sure.
You look great.
You look great. You look 21. Come on, get your ass in here.
Yeah, that is a...
You can make some extra money on the side.
Doing what?
Taking pictures and video for you porn.
Yeah, you never know. In fact, I was reading something that was... oh, yeah, I know what it was. Jaybird had sent this to me. It's kind of like some insight about the truth of what happens with strip clubs and strippers.
I found this on Reddit, and I'm wondering, anyone that has done stripping or dancing, do they agree with what they're saying here on Reddit? Because on Reddit, you give your personal experience, and then people upvote. I don't know if you've ever been on Reddit before or not.
I know what it is.
I'm
yeah.
not trying to mansplain.
So what did they say about it?
They have
Well,
a whole
here are the
list.
ones. These are factoids that apparently
Okay.
they're saying. It says, a couple of the ones, the champagne room is where something sexual goes down, if at all. Money talks, and most girls will do something sexual if the price is right.
Damn.
I knew that.
Yeah, I think everyone knows that. I remember playing baseball with this guy. We had like 9 guys go to the strip club. We all took our meal money and we went to the strip club instead. And everyone's like, we can't find blah, blah, blah. Where is he at? So we go in and it was kind of like a shady ass strip place. So we go back and look in the little like champagne room. We were able to get and see in the champagne room. That's how shady it was. And his head was back. And he was getting his D sucked to where everyone could see it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we took Panda for his birthday to a strip club, and it was a big group of us having a great time, and I thought it'd be funny. I got him a lap dance. And he said when he was getting the lap dance, the girl's like, hey, for a couple bucks extra, I can take care of business. And he's like,
Wow.
My wife bought me this lap dance. I have to go check with her.
Yeah.
He wasn't interested.
It does happen.
He said
though.
it freaked him out because he's like, oh my gosh, how uncomfortable. My wife bought me a lap dance and now the chick is trying to blow me.
Yeah, I'm not saying all, but
No.
I think there's a lot that you can totally.
I think so too. I mean, think about when the private dance happens and where it happens. There's nobody in there sometimes but
Right.
you and the girl.
Some of the other truths, most dancers or strippers are not sober. They usually have drinks or drugs in their system. However, a lot are able to handle the drinking. It's the drugs that are the worst.
I can see that. I can see the
Sure.
drinking fucking them up too, though.
Yeah.
Strippers don't want you to buy them drinks. Drinks don't pay the bills. Just give us the money.
That's true.
I'm sure there's some strippers that are like, yeah, shit, yeah, I'll take a drink.
But they'd rather take a 20.
I agree.
Yes, you can get horny from giving a stranger a lap dance. It happens all the time. And yes, it can lead to something sexual.
Really? So it's not just a business transaction all of the time? Sometimes they rub it the right way?
Well, imagine if you're a stripper and there's a hot guy that comes in and you're just into him.
Yeah.
And it says, yes, we can fall in love with a client. It happens all the time.
Oh, yeah, if the money's right.
Yeah, but you never know. Maybe they do find him attractive. I mean, I always see that there's a guy that's dating a stripper, and so a
I'm in
lot of
love
times
with
they'll
the
meet
stripper.
in the club.
I had a guy. I knew a guy who dated a stripper. It was his long-term girlfriend, and it was such.
Yeah, it's tough
rough
once you
thing
get in
to
that
watch.
relationship. Yeah,
It was rough because he was actually a really, really good guy. But he wanted her to not cheat, and she cheated on him so fucking much.
Aw.
I mean, she cheated
Yeah.
on him so much.
Yeah,
To the
okay.
point where he knew she was cheating on him, and he just didn't think he could do better. I guess. It
Oh, dang.
kind of breaks. I don't know. I'm telling a bunch of fucking sad stripping stories.
Well, there's a lot to be told.
There is.
Yeah, tell the upbeat stripper stories.
Well, the other one wasn't even a stripping story. It was just a sex story.
Yeah. I don't know if they all kind of end sad. I don't think there's like any happy endings to the stripping hooking
Well, I
story
don't
if you
know.
stay in it too long.
It says here, a lot of girls who strip come from great homes and families. They actually want to be there. It's a false narrative that most strippers were sexually abused. And most of us are not going to college. We tell people that because it makes us look less trashy. And an interesting little stripper tip here. After you shave your privates, use white deodorant down there. It helps with razor bumps and razor burn.
Where are those bumps from?
I think just the hair.
Get laser. That'd be what I'd say.
I don't know. Would that I don't know if that'd be awesome. You give them a lap dance and there's deodorant cake coming off of your clit.
Is that clit dandruff?
Oh, the clit's a medical term, so don't email me saying I'm all vulgar. Send that to Kevin.
Yes. Got an email here from Chris. Said, hey, the other day the conversation was about how at the cinema they now have assigned seats, and customer who paid needs to tell the people to get out of your seats. Have you noticed many businesses are taking tasks or duties from an employee or eliminating the job altogether and passing it on to the customer? Good example is the self-checkout line. I do like the convenience until I have to purchase something like beer. I have to wait and wait for someone to come over and check my ID. There have been times I've waited so long that I just leave everything there. I would queue in the cashier line, but there is only one open and it's 10 deep. When you really think about it, there are many examples of customers having to do more and pay more for services. The only one profiting from this are the companies. What are your thoughts? Yeah, I do see a little bit more that some places are cutting back. It does cut on the overhead. If they improve their business, and sometimes I think you can, sometimes there's overlap. Sometimes there's poor customer service on top of it, so it's all actually better to deal with a machine to some extent. I mean, if you could chop down 5 cashiers, have them automated, and just have one person, it's kind of like waiting in case there's a situation. But you do want to make the customer service good. So it just depends on how you do it.
I think customer service is going to always win, especially if it's good customer service and you feel like these motherfuckers, they got their shit together.
But sometimes, too, I mean, price... I know going into some certain places that I'm not going to get the best customer service, but I know that I'm going to get the best price, and sometimes I'll suck it up.
You're talking about fucking Small Smart, aren't you?
There's a couple places in town I'm talking about.
Small Smart's one of them.
It's one of a couple.
Worst customer service on the fucking planet.
But try to go price the same exact juice boxes for my kids, let's just say.
Mm-hmm.
Same exact juice boxes are $5 at one grocery store, and they're $2.50 at Small Smart.
It's a big deal, yeah.
So, I mean, I buy a lot of juice boxes over here.
Well, that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, I've got, if I was going one place to get this one prescription filled, it's like $70 a month. At
Small Smart?
Yeah, it was 20.
At Small Smart, it was 20. It was 70 other places. So you're like, all right. That's a big difference. I'm going to deal with the bad customer service.
Medications, I'll give you on that. The pharmacy, I understand, but your juice boxes and all your other shit, I'll go to Smumpsmlicks and not have any kind of issues whatsoever and enjoy my time and actually get help. I'm talking about Publix. They're great.
They are great.
Mm-hmm.
That is one thing.
I
mean,
love Publix.
If you just look confused, 3 people will come up to you and be like, hey, can I help you with something?
Yeah.
Do you need to find something? Are you lost?
I always feel like it's clean.
It's super clean.
I love it there.
It is on point.
Mm-hmm. Chris said, got pretty excited this morning when I saw an article that Louis C.K. did a set in New York City last night for the first time since last year when that all went down. What do you guys think? Can we let him out of timeout now?
It's really not up to anybody to say. What's going to depend on is anybody going to go to his shows. His fans are going to go to his shows, and that's what he's banking on. Now, any networks are not going to touch him. I'd be shocked if a network touched him. Mm-hmm. But stand-ups, they can't stop him.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? He's doing it on his own. He's going to get his own promoter. Yeah. He's going to get people that have clubs that will take him, and the market's going to dictate whether he's forgiven or not.
His fans will have more forgiveness. People in the comedy world might have more forgiveness.
I don't think you're going to see him on any kind of HBO thing or anything like that.
No, probably not.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to. Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows what the future holds, but I don't think for right now you're going to see him doing anything on TV.
Do you think he started doing, because I believe he did it last night, do you think he did that because the Agia story broke?
Who knows? I mean...
Probably not. I mean, because it probably would have taken a little bit of time to make the contacts and this and that and get it all set up.
From what I understood, I thought it was kind of like an impromptu kind of a thing.
Oh, yeah?
That's what I thought I had read.
Maybe.
So I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Aziz Ansari did it stand up too for the first time. I think he did about an hour. Didn't mention one thing about the that story that was written about him.
You know, I got to tell you honestly, with all these stories that happen out there, and the thing that's really dangerous, in fact, I would love to see this as a show. You know, you have all these things that come out in social media, and then everybody's got blah, 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 blah. And unless you're really dialed into the story, and even if you are dialed into the story, you may not know all the details.
Right.
Charlie Rose was trying to do this. He was trying to come back and interview people who have gone through all this. And people are, obviously, he needs a network, someone to back him. But he wants to interview guys or anybody who's been accused of anything like that to get...
I think what would be interesting, and, you know, you're seeing like Harvey Weinstein now, his case is in court. And so, you know, they're going to do the proper discovery, investigation, bringing things to light, representation, and then a verdict, which is how it should be done.
Yes.
But too often there's so many cases that are happening that are just completely tried on social media with completely bad.
Well, I think you're starting to see
statements.
I think you're starting to see that change a little bit. A case in point, Chris Hardwick being one of them. That was he lost everything, and then when they did the investigation, they gave it all back to him. Mm-hmm. So that's the first time you've kind of seen that.
Yeah. But there are some cases, I think, that are out there, and you're probably still going to find enough coming up in the future. I think it'd be a fascinating show to take Twitter cases like that and actually try them out. I mean, they got the damn People's Court, and you would take it, and you'd have the same thing that you would, where it's actually like, let's get the facts, let's get it all together, let's have representation, let's make it a show. Where if you actually do care, you could go and see all the accusations in the Chris Hardwick trial that people were saying. We're going to weed out what is fact, what is fiction, what is going on, and then we'd have somebody like lay down, okay, this should be a proper punishment for somebody like this. Because you're having people that are tried on social media and they're given a verdict and then they're like, oh, never come back. And sometimes you may be doing it on things that aren't even factual.
Did you see Rose McGowan, what she was saying yesterday? She was actually finally saying things like, we need due process and we can't rush to judgment. Now, the last 9 months, she was not saying that. She was like, you're accused, off with his fucking head.
Yeah.
But now
we
that
gotta
her
start
friend,
getting to that
Asia,
point. Yeah. Got to really start getting to that point. Because there are a lot of things that are happening out there, and it's really just amazing. And I'm watching some of these, even some stories where I know some of the facts, and some people are on there, and you don't know, like some of these blog writers, like with a web, they're publishing these articles with completely erroneous what they're trying to say as facts, and I'm like, that's not even true. And people are saying, yeah, see? And
it's on a blog site.
Well, and that becomes the narrative.
Well, that's what happened with the election, too. I mean, I think both sides were just making stuff up and then putting it on social media.
Yeah.
And then if it fit your agenda and you saw it on Twitter, you said, see? Look at that. It's true.
And what's all of this all have in common? Social media.
Yeah.
Everybody's got power. On Ann, everybody's got power. Everyone's got the ability to go live anytime and have anybody across the world take your words, retweet them, and it becomes a not a national story. It can become a global story from sitting on your couch. That was not available 10, 12, 15 years ago. And everybody and their mother has that now.
And that's all people know.
That's the issue.
Yeah, and then they get podcasts now with podcasts out there. I was listening to one yesterday with a story that I know the details to, and this person was on there trying to, make themselves as an expert in the story, and everything they said was completely wrong.
Wow.
And they're going to get retweeted, and there's going to be a percentage of people that say, see, it's real.
And the narrative is piggybacking on what that person said because they had a blog and they went on a podcast, and people are like going, oh my gosh, this is the whole story. I'm like, everything they said, there was 6 facts, and they were all completely wrong.
It's going to get to a point where, let's say...
Or facts they stated were facts.
Let's say Virginia's neighbor just hates Virginia just because she's on the air. She just can't stand you.
That's probably true.
Now, let's say Virginia does nothing wrong, and her neighbor goes on social media and makes up all of these claims about Virginia, and then somebody starts taking it seriously and running with it, and none of it's true. That's going to affect your life, and that's what's scary. It's going to get to the point where people are going to be turning on everybody, and where does it stop without proper due process?
Yep. So hopefully they can get to that. But yeah, it is kind of interesting when you talk about how long is somebody in jail, and I think what it's going to come down to is it's going to be like, for instance, you're still seeing with Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which they put on hold because they got to recoup and regroup because the director's been fired. Disney as a brand has that right to make that choice to say, look, what you put up and all that kind of stuff is just too much heat and we're not going to be around you. But there's going to be a lot of people whose careers are going to be ended, or major companies will not associate with them simply because of the unfair backlash that they're going to get. And a lot of times they could be based on things that are not true. That's where it's going to suck.
Yep.
Where somebody's like, well, and they're saying this is the narrative about me and it's all based on lies. And there's no way for me to go out there and change it because the lies have been retweeted so many times that nobody even cares to listen to the truth.
You want bad people to be punished, but you also don't want mob mentality to rule the land.
Absolutely.
Mob mentality has been the
mobs are winning.
Demise.
Well, mobs are winning, but also salacious and maybe not true, juicy details are winning. People are drawn to, oh my gosh.
Yeah, sure.
Oh my gosh. So if it's true or not.
Well, and they want to believe the worst.
Yeah.
In somebody.
But that's
they're going to lean
it's
to
drama.
how bad they are.
It's crazy. It's, oh my gosh, did you see this? Like, that is what's fueling retweets.
Yeah.
But
And-
again, though, I don't think we've caught up to the laws of social media yet.
There are no laws of social media.
It is
there's
lawless.
and there's gonna be. There's no way there's not gonna be laws in the future.
It
They're
is lawless.
It's just not happening yet.
Yep. Got this from Desiree. Said, hey, guys, been listening since I found you randomly years ago. Went dark for a couple years because of a job change. Now I'm back in a position where I get to listen every day. A few questions and comments. What happened to Jason's misquotes? Mike from Twitter has to get at least 12 a day lately. Virginia and Panda used to be my ideal couple that I looked up to. I've noticed that she doesn't talk as positively about him anymore. Is that just marriage? Or did I miss out on all the craziness that is Rocco?
No, that's not true. I love Panda.
Also, why have I been listening to the show for 3 months and don't have Jaybird's phone number? Though with the stalker situation, I get it. Much love from your biggest fan from upstate New York. And Jaybird, go fuck yourself. Apparently that's a thing now. Yes, it is.
No, me and Panda are solid. You got anything to say about yourself over there?
My number thing, it's always so fun the first 2 or 3 months when I give my number out on the air. This last round, people just were so fucking mean to the point where then I'm engaging with them in my private time. Like, what am I even doing? And you could say block them, and that's all good, but you don't like waking up to say, hey, Jay Bird, I hope you die of AIDS, and I'm glad your mom's dead. You know, things like that.
It's a little much.
Yeah, so
on a Tuesday morning.
People started getting kind of weird. I just had some weird things. You need one weird thing to happen.
Well, one weirdo can ruin it for everybody.
Yeah.
And you can block that clown's number because he's getting too aggressive and too nasty, and then he'll just call you from a different phone.
Yeah, it was getting too weird.
Too weird.
That's why.
That's saying something.
If it's too weird for the bird, you know
Yeah.
people were turning it up.
I love weird. I don't like malicious, nasty. I kind of shut down when that happens. Like real nasty.
Yeah. Saying the things they said was pretty low.
Ashley from Vera looking for some Virginia advice. Said, hey, I was wondering if you could give me some advice here. Like Virginia, my first marriage was not a healthy one. I remarried and I really love my man. However, I noticed that some things have carried over from my last marriage, such as how I communicate, and I have some intimacy issues. I'm seeking someone to help me with this, but I'm wondering if Virginia had some of the same issues when she married Panda and how they both got through it.
I think, yeah. I mean, definitely. We all bring baggage. Whether you realize it or not, you are so shaped by the relationships you have with family, friends. And I think you're really shaped by your lovers. I really do.
I mean, listen to the Billy Joel song "Innocent Man." That motherfucker says it all in 4 minutes. and I think you're right. I used to act like, oh, don't bring bullshit into a relationship, but we all do it, whether we think we do it or not.
And if someone's been particularly nasty to you and you were in an ugly situation, I mean, what you can try to do is take that negative energy and turn it into a positive energy and say, okay, that was this. I'm never going to allow myself to be like that again. I'm never going to allow myself to have fighting and yelling in the home. And that was my situation from my first marriage to my marriage now. I said to myself, I'm never going to be in a relationship and live in a house with a man where there's yelling and fighting with each other, and that's how the communication happens. That is not how I want to live. I like a peaceful, loving, supportive home. Sure, I mean, all couples are going to have disagreements. Panda and I are no exception. We definitely have stuff that we don't agree on because I'm fucking crazy. So you've got to just compromise a little bit, and you've got to make sure that what you're doing is from a good place in your heart. And I don't think that's baggage. I think if you're trying to be healthy and happy, that's good things you took from the bad.
A question looking for some advice on a GoFundMe. My bra size is 38S. Yes, S as in stupid.
What?
After going back and forth with my insurance, they have denied me and have said that my back problems are not due to my breasts and it's not medically necessary.
38S.
Yeah.
I didn't even know the letters went down that low.
I did not know they went to S.
I found an amazing plastic surgeon who would do the surgery. I can put her fees on credit card, but the hospital fees and anesthesiologist fees are roughly $6,000. We are a single income family. I'm a stay-at-home mom with a 3-year-old toddler. Would it be wrong to start a GoFundMe for my surgery? I can include pics if you guys would like. Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can start a GoFundMe for it, but here's what's going to happen. You are going to get a little bit of hate. There are going to be some haters that say, GoFundMe is not for stuff like this. And it just depends on how thick your skin is. Is it going to bother you that a few people give it to you and say that you're doing the wrong thing by taking this to GoFundMe? Mm-hmm. If it would bother you and you have thin skin, then don't do it. Because some people are going to call you out.
You got to have thick skin for that, the social media stuff.
And you also have to have friends with money to do a GoFundMe. If all your friends are broke and you do a GoFundMe, and I've seen this happen, and this shit is sad. When somebody does a GoFundMe and their goal is like $5,000 and they make like $100, that is way more depressing than not doing it at all.
You almost have to put your own $50 in there to make it look like there's people contributing.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what the success rate is for a lot of GoFundMes, and it probably depends upon what you're looking for. And I know we talked about this too, about having almost like grading zones of GoFundMe, where it's like, okay, these are the really most necessary, and it's like, okay, this is the more.
I think the situation and the approach are two big things.
Yeah.
I give to quite a few of them, and it's, for me, I have criteria. It's got to be something medical. It's got to be something where you've been displaced medically, or somebody has died and you're trying to bury them.
But my daughter's dance team
straits.
my daughter's dance team wants to go to Orlando.
Dance team ain't getting my money.
You're
I'm
a dire
sorry.
straits kind of person.
It's got to be, dire straits.
Virginia gets so mad about people.
Dance team.
Trying to get money for the dance team.
Yeah.
Get these dance team
Go stand your ass in
girls.
front of Publix.
Yeah, go to Publix. Go do a car wash. Do a bake sale.
Hustle.
Show these girls that you earn money by working for it.
Yeah.
She gets so mad.
I get so mad. Go fund me for your dance team.
I love it. Because I kind of agree with Virginia on that. Go fucking work and get your money.
Show the kid the value of earning that dollar, and that's the lesson that you're supposed to be teaching them anyway.
Because in
as
the
a
future,
parent.
whenever they need money, be like, yeah, GoFundMe.
I'm going to do a GoFundMe for my rent because I can't afford it this month.
Oh, that's going to happen.
Oh, of course. And don't be mad when you've created that GoFundMe entitled Beast Baby.
I gotta settle for a 3 series. I want a 7.
Yeah.
GoFundMe.
Annoying.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Thanks for the emails. You can always get them to us, mail at kvjshow.com. Make sure you go check out Buzz Chicken and Seafood, offering 2 pieces of chicken and fries for $3.49 and 3 pieces of chicken and fries for $3.99.
Yes, try the bird sauce.
Yeah,
Been in
baby.
Palm Beach County for 60 years now. Buzz Chicken and Seafood. You guys have a good day. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.